Helena! Helena? Helena, I'm so sorry. Your dad only just told me what's going on right now. I only just found out. How is everything? Did you have a healthy delivery?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, that's so great. You have no idea how worried I was. I can't believe this. So, it's actually true, right? I'm finally a father. I can't believe something like this is happening. Isn't this amazing? We're finally having a baby.
No, we don't. We don't just have a baby. We have 2 babies.
Are you kidding me right now? We've got twins? This is just fantastic. I can't believe something like this is happening. Could this day get any better?
Actually, I can think of 2 million different ways this day could get better. The real question is if it could get any worse.
Hey, come on, honey. What do you mean by that? Don't say that. We've got 2 beautiful children now. This is something that we should be happy about.
What do you mean by 2 beautiful children? You haven't even seen them yet. You don't know if they're beautiful or not. If you ask me, they have that ugly face that their father has. They don't share any qualities with me.
Well, you don't know that yet. They've only just been born. You don't know what type of face they're going to develop into. It's going to be so exciting seeing them, seeing little reflections of ourselves in them. You have got no idea how excited I am for this.
Actually, I have a really good idea how excited you are. Sam, when you found out that I was pregnant, you wouldn't shut up about it. You thought it was the most amazing thing to ever happen. I still think that you actually planned that type of thing.
Well, hey, I gotta be honest, when I found out, I was a little bit shocked. Like, I didn't think something like this would happen in our lives, especially when we're still trying to pick ourselves up. But you have to admit that now we're finally here. It's quite exciting, isn't it? I mean, this is a new life form that we have to take care of, and it's a new responsibility. Wherever they go in life is up to us. We have to guide them.
I cannot believe you can just sit there and act so excited about this. Don't you see that this is the worst thing to actually happen in our lives? It wasn't meant to be this way. I haven't even achieved the luxurious lifestyle that I wanted. Not only that, but we've been forced into this relationship. We've been forced to stay with each other because of these babies.
What are you trying to tell me right now, Helena? That you don't have any feelings for me at all? Were you actually planning on breaking up with me or something?
Well, I can't exactly do that now, can I? I need someone to look after the spawn for me. Honestly, what a stupid question. Do you actually think I was going to do this on my own? I knew you were dumb, Sam, but I didn't know you were this dumb.
Helena, look, I know your feelings towards this. I know you're not happy about the situation, but we both made a decision. We both made a decision to keep them. We've also worked out a plan on what to do from this point on. It's not like everything is hopeless. I know that before we knew about the kids coming, you wanted to pursue your dream in photography. I fully support that dream, and we've worked out a way for that to be possible. I'm going to be looking after the kids as you pursue that dream, and I am totally fine with that.
You just don't get it, do you? Do you think it's that simple? We don't even have any experience raising children. Now we have to raise 2 of them at the same time? Not only that, but it's not like you're going to be able to look after them 24/7. I'm still going to have to chip in every now and then. They need the milk from the mother, after all. It's not going to be as simple as you think it is.
Well, I know it's not going to be, but hey, you're very passionate about what you do, and I'm passionate about raising these children. I'm sure it's going to work out in the end. We're going to come across obstacles. But as long as we love each other and we're willing to get through it, then we shouldn't have any issues.
That optimistic mindset that you have is what I hate the most. Why can't you see things for the way they are? This is going to be a horrible experience. I swear, I bet you planned all of this out, didn't you?
What do you mean I planned it all out?
Well, think about it. You had a feeling that I was losing interest in you, right? You figured out that there was only one way that you could keep me. If you actually got me pregnant with children, it would force me to stay with you. You really are a sneaky one, aren't you, Sam?
What do you mean by that? You act like we don't love each other at all. I would never do something pathetic like that. I don't think I would need to do something like that in order to keep you.
Are you serious right now? Don't tell me that you're actually thinking that you were gonna keep me forever. You really don't know how to read the air, do you? I was thinking about ditching you for ages.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Yeah, I'm sorry, honey, but I reckon I can do better than some guy that just sits on this computer writing articles all day. Think of a gal like me and the type of guy she spends her life with. I want to be with a handsome rich guy. I've been losing attraction for you for ages now. There's nothing about you sitting at the computer all night that turns me on. You're so uninspiring that you make the lube dry up.
What the?
Sorry, but even you must have realized that.
No, I haven't, to be honest. I've thought everything was gonna be fine, in and out of the bed. You know what? I know you're really upset about everything, but just give it some time and I'm sure that you're gonna get used to it. You're gonna learn to love the kids. I know it. Every girl has a motherly instinct in them. These are your actual children. There's no way that you're gonna just start hating them.
What do you know about me? What do you know about how I feel? I've already started hating them, to be honest. These are the little brats that stop me from achieving my dream.
Stop saying that. I told you that we can achieve this still. It's fine. I'll make sure it's possible. I'm gonna be looking after the kids and working at the same time. I know it's gonna be tough, but I care about us. I care about our future and the future of our children. So can you just learn to trust me already?
Yeah, well, you better do your job properly, or else our marriage isn't gonna work out.
That's right. It's good that you mentioned that we're gonna be married soon. It's important that we get along. You know what? I was a little bit busy, but I'm really worried about you. I think that we need to do something about this situation. I'm gonna come see you. I'll bring some flowers as well. Let's celebrate this glorious day.
Oh my god. Can you just leave me alone? I've got to spend the rest of my life with you. I don't need you to go out of your way and do something like that. Just give me the space I need. God knows that you're giving it to me too much when we're actually married.
Hey honey, hope everything's going well with your photography today. I just wanted to give you an update on our current situation. As you know, we're just barely scraping by. It's been a rough journey trying to look after these kids and earn some money at the same time. We've had to rent out the cheapest apartment that we could. We also need to keep funding your photography and buying new gear. I've been living on the bare minimum of nutrition. It's just been rice and eggs for a very long time now. Obviously, I'm feeding our kids something better than that. Their future is the most important thing after all. I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to be able to continue at this pace, though. We need to make some serious changes here. I'm not sure how long I can just keep working and looking after the kids at the same time. In reality, if I neglect the children anymore, it's going to turn into chaos here at home. But at the same time, if I don't start working more, we're not going to have the funds to keep living. We're going to have to cut back on a couple of expenses. At the moment, the things that we're spending the most money on that we probably don't need are new camera equipment and you having expensive dinners with clients. We're living well beyond our means. What do you think? Can we stop buying all the new equipment and just focus on getting better skills instead? Let's figure out a better way to talk to clients without paying for expensive meals.
Oh my god. I just don't want to hear that pessimistic talk from you. You just have no idea what happened recently. We don't need to worry about any of that. We don't need to cut back on anything. We can keep living the same way that we always have. The only difference is that we can live even better now.
What are you talking about, Helena? Haven't you been listening to what I've been saying? Look, with the amount of income that we have coming into the home at the moment, it's just not possible. I mean, unless you want me to go without food for the week, then we can't continue living this way. And even if I do go without food, how long am I going to stick around? I'm going to pass away, and you're going to lose your primary income in this household. I really want you to think about abandoning your photography career and probably getting a part-time job somewhere. I know you don't want to hear it, but sometimes we need to sacrifice our dreams for our children. The photography hasn't gotten anywhere, and it's high time we started considering other options.
Can you just shut up for 1 minute? Let me talk. I've got some great news.
Okay, well, unless you've won the lottery or something, I'm not sure what we can do. What's this great news that you have then?
Are you kidding me right now? Do you really think winning the lottery is going to compare to what's actually happened to me? I'm telling you right now, this is even better than the lottery. This is me actually taking that one step towards my dream.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about an agency finally showing interest in my work. These guys are a massive company. They think I have a really unique style that people are going to love.
Wait, are you serious right now? Someone actually likes your photography, not even as a joke? They actually genuinely like it?
Of course they genuinely like it. Stop acting like an idiot. Look at the type of photography that I do. Do you think someone would like that thing as a joke? Don't you dare try and insult me like that again.
All right, I'm sorry, honey. You got a good point. I should be supportive. This is just amazing. I can't believe someone actually likes your work. I never thought something like this would happen. So, what's gonna happen from this point on?
The exact same thing that we've been doing up until now. Nothing changes. We're still gonna live the exact same lifestyle that we've been living. But this time, we can be more luxurious. And I'm talking more cars, more clothes, more makeup, more everything. I want to come home in a Lamborghini. I want to have to walk up 4 flights of stairs just to get to my bed. I want to wake up and have our butler give us foot massages, and we don't even need to ask him. I'm telling you right now, this is the lifestyle that we're going to be living from this point on. And it's not going to be any other way but this.
Okay, well, I applaud you for your enthusiasm and everything. I really do. I think it's great to have this optimistic attitude. And you know what? I think it's great. A company actually enjoys your photography too. It was a long time where not many people were interested in what you had to do, regardless of how much material that you posted on your social media. I think it's good to be optimistic and dream big, but at the same time, let's think within our boundaries. Is the type of lifestyle that you're thinking about right now actually possible? Do you even know how much you're going to be earning from this job? I understand that the company is a big one, but we still need to be sure about a couple of things.
There you go again. Do you ever look on the bright side of anything? This is really good news. Why do you have to keep dampening me with your overly logical way of thinking? Can you just learn to enjoy things for once?
Honestly, honey, I think it's amazing. I really do. At the same time, what would you do if I wasn't here? You need someone to think logically for you as well, right? We can't just be jumping the gun here. Just remember that a lot is on the line at the moment. It's not just about us anymore. It's about these children too. We need to make sure you make appropriate decisions that don't put their life in jeopardy.
Yeah, right. You really don't understand what's going on, do you? Those kids are just an accessory to what we're doing. They shouldn't be the main focus. I mean, what are they going to accomplish in their life anyway? We don't even know that. But we do know that I'm going to be accomplishing something. I'm actually going to become a millionaire!
Well, we can't be certain about that yet. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it'd be great if we could live the lifestyle that you're proposing. But at the same time, we need to be realistic about it. Just think about it. How many photographers do you know that are living that type of lifestyle? I think even the biggest names don't get the luxury of doing something like that. So let's take a look at the situation. The type of work that you're thinking about jumping into isn't one that's sustainable. This is freelance work. You never know if you're going to get a job or not. You might have a period of no work. What are we going to do then? Sit around and just twiddle our thumbs? What's going to happen to our children? Are we just going to let them go without food? I think regardless of how much money you're going to earn from this gig, we should think more practically about it. Get as much money as we can and think of a decent way to invest the money into something. Make sure that we actually have some good income coming in.
Oh my god. You did not just say that. Are you seriously trying to insult me right now? You're trying to insinuate that my money isn't going to be good income, aren't you? I have to say, Sam, you're just the absolute worst. I mean, I actually have something going for me, and you want to diss me like that. You want to try and put me down. You kept talking about how much you wanted to be a good husband and whatnot. Well, you're sounding like a pretty crap one right now.
Helena, just calm down. That's not what I was saying at all. I just need you to understand something. I want the same thing you do. I want us to be well off and to create a good home for our kids to live in. I want the luxury and stuff as well. At the same time, I think just relying on your photography alone isn't going to be enough. I mean, sure, we're probably going to earn some decent money from it, but how we use that money is important. You were mentioning clothes and cars before, but I don't think we can actually do something like that.
Yeah, well, with the magic card, we can do all those types of things, can't we? That thing is basically an ATM.
Actually, no, it's not, and I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You really need to use that card more sparingly. I mean, all the purchases that you're making on it are legitimate, so far at least. I know that you're spending a lot on your camera equipment, but even so, I have a feeling that you're indulging in clothes a little bit too much as well.
What are you talking about? You're seriously not going to let me buy some clothes? Are you actually going to control me that much? Sam, isn't it good enough that you got married to me in the first place? Just let me have a little bit of freedom, jeez.
Hey, I want you to have your freedom, but within limits. I get it. You want some clothes. You want to look pretty. That's fine. Every girl wants to be that way. At the same time, we need to think about a more sustainable way of doing that. I mean, I see that you're buying a couple of outfits every few days. Do you really need that many clothes?
Well, yeah. If you want me to be looking fresh and vibrant, like I always do, then that's exactly what I need. Besides, you married me because of my looks, right? What if my looks start to fade? You're not going to like me anymore. So how about you just shut up and let me do what I want? I know what I'm doing. There's a reason why I do this type of thing.
Okay, but Helena, I just want you to calm down a little bit. Is that too much to ask? I think it's great that we're going to have a big boost in our income from this point on. I really do, but let's look at this as a time to work on the things that need to be worked on. I've been hoping for a long time now that I can get off the diet of just rice and eggs. If we're actually going to have an increase in our income, I'd like to eat something nice every now and then for a change.
Oh my God. You just never stop talking about this stuff, do you? It's always about me. Me. What about other people? Is there anyone else that's important apart from Sam? Like my dad, for instance? Why don't we think about using our money towards him instead of our own selfish needs?
Your dad? What does your dad have to do with anything? I don't know why you're getting so angry like this. All I was asking for was a bit more food.
What do you mean, what does he have to do with anything? He's the most important person in this family. Do you realize that I wouldn't be anywhere in this world if it wasn't for him? If I didn't have his support, I wouldn't be the amazing woman that you see before you today. Like, seriously, be honest with me, Sam. You love me, right?
Of course I do.
You love being with me, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Well, if you're grateful for the opportunity to be with me every day, then you have my dad to thank for that. So how about you do the right thing and show him some appreciation?
Well, I thought I'd been showing him enough appreciation up until this point, but clearly I haven't. What exactly do you want me to do?
Well, here's what I was thinking. We're going to have a party very soon. I'm going to invite everyone. I'm going to invite all my friends from high school and anyone that's been some sort of support to me my whole life. I'm also going to invite my family, and I'm especially going to invite my dad. He's the one that's been the biggest support for me.
Has he really, though?
What do you mean, has he really, though? You really like asking stupid questions, don't you? Of course he has. Don't ask me something so stupid again.
Okay, but I'm just saying he's the one that's contributed to the expenses that we have, right? I mean, I'm not sure what that guy is doing, but we've had to pay for his rent every now and then. He still hasn't paid us back. Despite that, he always gives this arrogant attitude like he's better than me. There's been a couple of times where we've been in a serious pinch because of his negligence. I'm just not sure if he's actually been the biggest support for you. He's actually kind of hindered you, if I'm being honest.
Oh my god. I just absolutely hate the way you speak. Like there's such a thing as emotional support. Have you ever heard of something like that before? Oh, wait. Who am I kidding? Of course you haven't. You're the guy that keeps putting me down and telling me that my photos suck. You wouldn't know anything about emotional support.
Okay, look, we've had this discussion before, but I'm not putting your photos down. I'm just saying there's some room for improvement. Like, I get that you have your own artistic flair and whatnot, but you have to think about your audience. Just because you like your type of photography, that doesn't mean that everyone else is gonna like it.
Well, hey, newsflash to you, buddy. Guess what? There's a company out there that actually likes my stuff and is willing to hire me. What do you think that means? That means the people are going to like my photography as well. So can you just shut up and not say something so stupid to me again? I mean, like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I get absolutely zero support from you. Like, what is it? Are you jealous of me or something?
Of course I'm not jealous. Honey, how could you say something so stupid? I'm your husband, aren't I? If I was a husband that was jealous of his partner, I wouldn't be a good husband, would I?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter what you do. You're not really a good husband in the first place.
What do you mean that I'm not a good husband? I'm the guy that's been working and paying for your camera equipment, right? I've been the one that's paying for the bills. I've also been the one that's looking after the kids. How could you say something so stupid to me, Helena? I'm the only one in this family that lives off a diet of rice and eggs. I don't make you guys eat any of that stuff. I do that because I love my family and I want us to do well. The least you could do is actually appreciate what I do for you.
Yeah, well, I'll start appreciating what you do when you actually buy my dad a present.
Okay, but why do you have to do something like that in the first place? Like I told you before, he was the one that's been adding to our expenses.
You sit there acting like it's Dad's fault we're in the position that we're in. Did you ever think that maybe it's your fault? Maybe the biggest expense of all is those screaming, bratty children in our house?
I really can't believe that you would talk to them like that, Helena. I mean, these are your own children right here. I know when they were born, you were quite antagonistic to them. But it was my hope that after a bit of time, you would actually begin to like them. Are you seriously telling me that after 2 years of raising them, you still have no ounce of love for them?
How am I supposed to express love towards those creatures? They're the reason that I have to treat myself like some cow, just to pump milk every day.
Well, hey, that's not exactly their fault, is it? You know what? I've already argued with you about this in the past, but if you ditch the pump for once, it might be good for your relationship. If you actually just sat there and breastfed them yourself, maybe you'd start to feel something. I'm sure that motherly instinct of yours would kick in.
Are you seriously trying to bring up that stupid logic with me? You honestly don't listen to anything I say, do you, Sam? I told you before, and I'm gonna tell you again. Feeding those kids hurts. I don't know what their problem is. They just keep biting me. How am I meant to feel love towards things that are inflicting pain on me?
I'm not really sure what to say about that. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not the one that's breastfeeding them. But from what I can see, you have a really hostile energy towards them. I think the babies can sense that type of thing. They sense that you clearly don't want to do it. How about you just relax and accept that you're gonna have to breastfeed them, and you're gonna do it with as much love as you can. I'm sure if you did something like that, they'd be more open towards you.
What a load of crap. You sit there and talk like I have to do something to change my behavior. They should be the ones changing their behavior. Like I'm doing them a favor, right? I'm the one that's actually feeding them. Those little brats need to understand gratitude.
Do you understand how crazy you sound right now? These are babies that we're talking about. They aren't grown adults. Why are you talking to them like they should be able to achieve something like that? They don't even know how to go to the toilet on their own yet.
You know what? You bring up a really good point there. They can't even do things on their own. Even something as simple as going to the toilet. How am I meant to have any respect for them? This is just so stupid. Look, if you really want to have a good marriage with me, you'll let me achieve my dreams. Let me spend my money on whatever I want to spend it on, and you keep those damn things away from me. You do your job in raising them to be the type of kids that I want to be around. Then I'll start being a lot more loving and affectionate towards them. At the moment, they're just a blight on my existence.
You amaze me, Helena, you really do. I've never met someone that talks about their own children in this way. It's quite sad, really.
Oh, how about you just shut up and stop being such a sappy loser all the time? Why don't you just have a little bit of fire within yourself? Like, did you ever stop and think to yourself about why you can't get anything done? Did you ever think that maybe that weak, weasel-like aura of yours is working against you? That's probably the reason why you can't earn money for this family. That's the reason why you're stuck on a diet of eating rice and eggs every day.
I'm stuck on a diet of rice and eggs every day because you keep buying pretentious things with our card. I see the amount of money that we owe every month, and I have to work my butt off trying to pay it off. Don't you see how that would make me feel?
You know what? I've had enough of listening to you. This is just ridiculous. I've tried giving you some tough love to put you into gear, to force you to start working harder. But I guess that's not working. I'm just gonna have to ignore you now. Here's the situation, Sam. I don't want to hear any complaints about it. We're gonna have a celebratory dinner in a couple of weeks, and my dad's gonna be expecting a present. Now, if you know what's good for you, you'll get that present. Do you understand me?
Look, I'm not going to do as you say just because you say it. If we can afford it, I'll do it. In exchange, how about you start spending some more time with your children? What do you think about that, Helena? Will you make that type of deal? Helena? Helena, where are you? I really have to say, Sam, I knew that you were a disrespectful man, but to think that there were more levels to that disrespect? I mean, you didn't even go out of your way to celebrate the success of your own wife. Just what type of a man are you anyway? Oh wait, I forgot. You're not a man at all. You're just a girl that sits at home with a bottle in his hand, plugging it into his own children. Do you feel proud of yourself, Sam, having to sit at home like that? What does it feel like when you're sitting at home doing your wife's job while other men are talking to her? Hello, Cole. It's nice to speak with you as well. Thank you for the lovely messages you've given me tonight. It's always a pleasure to interact with you. Yeah, come on, look at you and that sarcasm. That's another sign of a weak individual. I have to say, it's really quite entertaining getting to know you more and more, Sam. The more I get to know about you, the more little details that I can find out that show how feminine you are. How about you just shut up, Cole? What do you expect me to do? I have a family with 2 children in it. I have a wife that's very crazy about her dream. Do you really expect me to just man up and go out there into the world? What should I do? Pick up my lumberjack axe and start hacking trees while my kids are crying at home? Is that your definition of what a really good man is? If that's the case, by all means, I'll start tomorrow. I'll just leave the kids there on their own. They can fend for themselves. Heck, you know what? I might just leave them there for the whole week. Maybe your daughter will start to come to her senses and actually raise them for once. Look at you, sitting there trying to act like you're a victim or something. You're trying to act like you don't have a choice in this matter. I'll tell you what's wrong with your relationship right now. The fact of the matter is that you weren't able to take the bull by the horns. You didn't have what was necessary. You weren't capable of being a man for the family. I mean, heck, let's just take a look at the way that you got together and married my daughter. You actually had to do something so pernicious as implanting a baby into her. Just what type of a guy does that and is actually proud of himself? What do you mean implant a baby in her? You act like I snuck into the night and just injected her with a baby. That's not how it happened at all. Hey, well, you could have fooled me. I mean, I've heard my daughter talk about what happened. There was not one part of her that wanted to become a mother. She didn't ask for those children. You, on the other hand, were absolutely ecstatic on the day that they were born. I can't help but think that maybe you planned for something like that to happen. You wanted to keep the beautiful girl and you wanted to have children yourself. So you managed to find a way to give her a reason to stay with you. I have to say that's probably one of the weakest moves in history. Not many people can top something as pathetic as that. Cole, how about you just shut your mouth? Don't sit there and talk about things like you know what's going on. Your daughter and I were just having a good time like usual, with no intent for anything to happen from it. It was just a passing experience, then it led to what happened. Yeah, well, this is why I'm saying that you're incapable. I mean, haven't you heard what a condom is? Don't you realize that that's the thing that stops exactly this type of thing from happening? I mean, if a guy doesn't even know that something like that exists, how is he going to have a happy marriage from that point on? Of course, my daughter is going to have to take the reins. From the onset, you've just shown that you're incredibly careless and unknowledgeable about this type of thing. So she has to step up and do something about it. That's why she's the one that's going out there working. That's why you sit at home having to listen to crying babies all day. What are you even talking about right now? Do you think that just because you put a condom on, it's going to save you from everything? There's still a chance that something could happen even if you wear that thing. You know what? Maybe the person that is stupid here is you, Cole. Maybe you're too stupid to realize that it's not going to protect you from everything. How dare you talk to me like that? You really have some nerve on you, don't you? I swear to God, if you weren't the father of my grandchildren, I would have done something very horrible to you. There are not a lot of people in this world that can just respect me and get away with it. Whatever, I don't need to listen to you, Cole. I don't need to listen to your tough guy act all the time. Look, I'm the father of your grandchildren, and what's happened has happened. I'm the guy that has to stay at home and look after them. It is what it is, and for your information, it's not just your daughter that's working. I've been the one that's been working up until this point. How does it feel having your own home to live in, having a roof over your head? It feels pretty good, doesn't it? Well, you can just look this way and give me some words of gratitude. I'm the one that's been paying for you to live there. Don't get all high and mighty just because you pay for a month's worth of rent. Do you really think I'm supposed to just get on my hands and knees and start worshiping you for something as simple as that? You really need to learn your place, boy. I'm telling you right now, your generation doesn't know anything about gratitude and respect. I'm already an old man now, aren't I? It should be your job to help me with that type of thing. The fact that you would try and use that against me is just pathetic. Do you have any idea of the amount of things that I did with my father-in-law to gain his respect? I worked my butt off trying to prove myself. I provided for my father-in-law, and you didn't hear any complaints coming from me. I'll tell you why that is. I was a real man. Not like this little wussy figure that you like to portray yourself as. Cole, I am warning you right now. There's only so much crap that I can take. You keep this type of talk up, and there's going to be some consequences. I'm not going to keep putting up with it. Oh yeah, really? What are you going to do about it, big man? You going to come at me while you still have children sucking at the teat? What the hell are you talking about? Well, that's exactly what's happened, hasn't it? You're taking on the mother role, right? I swear my daughter has probably grown her own cucumber at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if you grew yourself a couple of knockers as well. This is just ridiculous. How old are you, Cole? You sound like you're in elementary school still. Is this the way that you talk as an adult? You should be embarrassed with yourself. Oh, shut your mouth. I don't want to hear that type of talk from a woman that purports herself as a man. You should know your place and respect your elders. That's basic manners. Haven't you ever been taught something like that before? Of course I have, Cole. I've also been taught that I shouldn't take crap from people when I don't deserve it. The fact of the matter is that I'm doing my job. I'm supporting my household. I'm supporting my family. I'm even the one that's raising my own children. I am doing everything right, and I don't want to hear you trying to put me down because of it. I don't care about whatever toxic thoughts you have. You should just keep it to yourself, especially since I'm married to your daughter. No matter what you think about me, harmony between our families is the most important thing. You should do what you can to respect that harmony. Yeah, right. You talk about respecting harmony and acting like you care about the family or whatever. How about we just take a look at your actions? Let's see what your actions tell us. Your actions tell us that you don't care about your family at all. I mean, here we are at the celebratory dinner, and as the husband, you're nowhere to be seen. My daughter is left celebrating this party on her own. So what's your excuse then, Sam? Why aren't you at the party supporting your wife like you should be? Let me guess. You're just jealous of her success or something. You think that she's doing what you're supposed to be doing, and now you're bitter about it? Oh, come on. I want to hear your reason. Well, look, I'm not really sure what's going on, if I'm being honest, Cole. The fact of the matter is that I was told that the party was going to be a couple of weeks from now. I had no idea that it was today. Well, would you look at that? It just tells you everything, doesn't it? It just shows that you are incompetent enough to put these types of things into your schedule. I mean, this is a very important event. How could you just forget about something like this? You know, it's even worse that you got it confused with a different day. Who knows what's going to happen next? Next time you're in the car, you're probably going to put the car into reverse instead of drive. That's going to cause some serious accidents the next time you go for a drive. How about you just stop judging me for once and listen to what I have to say? What I'm telling you is that I was given incorrect information. As far as I was aware, the party wasn't meant to be today. It was meant to be another time. And you know what? Let's put all of that aside anyway. We are not exactly in a position to just be partying and having fun all the time. Even if I did want to go to that party and celebrate my wife's success, we have bills to pay. As far as I can see, she's not the one that is paying for them. So I'm gonna do what I have to do and sit at home and work. And let me just say, I don't give a damn what you think about it either. You really are something, aren't you? I've never met someone like you. I can't believe it. Out of all the people that my daughter could have got tied down with, it had to be someone like you. You know what? Fine. Why don't you just sit at home on your computer tapping away? What was it you do again? Writing articles or something? That's exactly the type of job a wuss would do. How about I give you a little bit of advice? If you really want my respect and for us to have a proper relationship, why don't you go off and get a real job? Go work in the mines or on a construction site or something. Do something that people can actually appreciate.
Oh my god. I just have like the biggest headache. My head is absolutely ringing. I feel like someone got a hammer and they just started tapping at it lightly for the past 12 hours. What are you doing today, Sam? Actually, who am I kidding? You're not doing anything important. Why don't you go and make yourself useful and go get me some donuts? I need some way to get over this headache.
Sounds like you had a very big night yesterday. Thanks for telling me the proper day of your celebration. It was good that I was able to show my face and get to know everyone.
Don't tell me. You're actually being bitter with me right now, aren't you? Why don't you just get over yourself? But honestly, I can't believe this. I've never drunk that much in my whole life.
Oh, really? I thought that was the type of lifestyle that you were used to. I will say this much, though. I was very surprised at the time that you came home yesterday. Did you know that I had to help you into bed? You almost destroyed all your camera equipment. You were falling and stumbling all over the place. In fact, you actually broke a little bit of your lighting equipment. You crashed into it and snapped the poles.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me right now? You did not just say that! I swear to God, if you break my stuff again, there's going to be consequences.
Didn't you hear what I'm saying? You were the one that broke it. You were the one that came home stumbling and drunk, falling on everything. Don't try and pin that on me.
No, I know exactly what's happening right here, Sam. You're trying to act like I was the reason for it breaking. In reality, you're the one that broke it, and you want to use my drinking as an excuse. I'm telling you right now, even in my drunken state, I'd have had more care for my own equipment. I know you would have broken it during the day and just found the perfect excuse to pin it on me. Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to let that one slide. You better get me a new piece of equipment by the end of the week. That stuff is absolutely necessary for what I have to do.
Okay, look, I understand that your job is in photography and whatnot, and the equipment is very important. But can I just say something? Wouldn't it be a good idea to increase your skill of what you do instead of buying all the equipment? Like, let's face it, I see you buy this stuff a lot, but I don't see you using it that much. Not only that, but the quality of your product doesn't come out the best, does it?
Can you just stop giving me your stupid, unqualified opinion? You have no idea about the industry that I'm in. If you think my photos are so bad and the quality isn't good, then how about you think about it a little bit more? Maybe the equipment I have is absolutely crap, and it's not able to capture the type of photo that I want. Did you ever think about that one? Of course not. All you want to do is sit there and judge me. So look, if you want me to do well in this industry and start earning some money, you'll do what I say. If I tell you that I need equipment, you get it. And I don't want what happened last time to happen the second time. You buy the proper equipment or there's going to be consequences.
Honestly, what am I to you, Helena? Am I just a slave or something? Do you really expect me to just say yes, ma'am, and go do your bidding? Honestly, there's just one thing that I want you to remember. At the end of the day, you're not my boss, and I am not your worker. We are a married couple, and we're a team. We should be working together, not against each other.
Are you seriously going to give me that stupid remark when I'm in the state that I am? Don't you hear what I'm saying? I have a headache. I don't have time for you and your stupid ideas. If you had any brain cells in that thick head of yours, you would realize that I am trying to work with you. You said that you were being supportive of my dream, right? Well, here I am telling you that I need equipment to achieve that dream. So just go out and get there and don't complain about it.
I guess there's not a whole lot I can do about this situation, is there? At the end of the day, you're my wife, and this is the way that you're going to talk to me. I don't know when it's going to happen, but one day you're going to have to realize the amount of work I put into this family. I know you like to sit there and just glorify your dad for no reason, but I'm the one that's been the backbone of the operation. I hope you remember that. Anyway, you want me to go out and buy this equipment, but I've noticed that you've made a massive purchase yesterday. If I go out and buy anything more, I won't be able to pay off the credit card bill for this month. So how about you just tell me what you spent the money on?
Oh my god. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't spend money on anything. At least I didn't spend it on anything expensive.
Okay, well, regardless, I need to know what you've spent it on. It might not seem expensive to you, but this is a very high digit that I'm looking at here.
Look, I'm telling you, I didn't spend it on anything serious. All I did was shout everyone their drink today. Is that such a big deal?
I'm sorry, what did you do?
Yeah, like I had a tab for everyone to drink on. It's my celebration. I want everyone to be having a good time. That's what we're meant to be doing, right? Celebrating me doing something amazing with my life.
Okay, I need to take a second here to think about things, because this is just absolutely ridiculous. You're trying to tell me right now that you bought everyone's drinks yesterday? So if there was a guy there that was drinking like 20 glasses of beer, you were the one that paid for it?
Well, yeah. But to be exact, I think the guy drank like 20 jugs. He was a real hero. You should have seen him. Everyone was going crazy about him.
I'm sorry, do you have any idea what situation we're in right now, Helena? Don't you realize that we don't have the means to be doing something as reckless as this?
What are you talking about? It's just a little bit of drinking. Are you actually trying to tell me that we're not going to be able to pay that off?
Okay, well maybe if I work 24/7 as I'm looking after the kids and also sell a limb, we might be able to. I don't want you getting in over your head just because you got this job of yours. I told you before, right? There's still a lot of things that we're not certain about. It's way too early to celebrate this like we're gonna be living like heroes in the next couple of months. It's still gonna take time for us to develop a steady income.
Okay, you and I need to have a talk, because clearly you're not understanding what's going on here. Who's the one that's in charge of this family?
It's both of us. We're a married couple.
Actually, no. That's where you're wrong. It's me.
Huh?
Here's the thing. You may be at home doing that stupid little job writing articles and taking care of the kids, but at the end of the day, we're chasing after the big money. And guess what, buddy? I'm the one earning the big money now. That makes me the head honcho. So with that being the case, I'm the one that makes the decisions. So if I say that we can have a massive party where I pay for everyone's drinks, then believe me, we can have that massive party and pay for everyone's drinks. I don't give a damn what you think about it.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then you want to make the decisions. Shouldn't you at least take a look at our financials? I've been inputting all of our data into an Excel sheet. If you really want to sit there and make decisions, you better make the smart ones. And I'm telling you right now, if you had any idea how much in the red we are, then you wouldn't be doing stupid stuff like this.
Are you kidding me right now? Do you actually think I have the time to be looking through some stupid book that you made? You need to listen to me, Sam. I'm telling you that everything is fine. I've got a new job and we're going to be earning a lot of money.
Okay, but we haven't even got your first paycheck yet. The company doesn't even know if they truly like your stuff either. Are you sure you're not jumping the gun here?
Can you just shut up and just accept my judgment? Everything's going to be fine. I want you to listen to me. My father came to that dinner yesterday expecting to be thanked for all of his hard effort.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Hard effort? Are you talking about the effort it took for him to get off the couch and go there?
Of course I'm not talking about something as stupid as that. I'm talking about his support for me. All of his words of encouragement. Duh! Anyway, he was absolutely appalled with yesterday. I heard that he had a conversation with you on the phone. He wasn't happy with the way you spoke with him. Not only that, but he was expecting a gift from me. And I have to say, he might not have told me anything, but I could definitely sense a little bit of disappointment there.
Are you kidding me right now? You're actually trying to tell me that he was expecting a gift? Who does this guy think he is? Should he be rewarded for any type of success that you have in your life?
Well, duh. He's the one that raised me, isn't he? Anyway, here's the thing. That's the first strike right there. I'm sure he's going to be able to look over this one just one time, but he needs a gift. And not only that, he needs a gift worthy of the efforts he put into me over the years. Because of that, I don't care how much we're in the red. I don't care how many purchases we need to make. I want you to go out and buy that gift. Or at the very least, I want you to have the money for it.
Helena, this is just ridiculous. He doesn't need a gift. If we're gonna go based on this logic, then why don't we give my parents a gift? Aren't they the ones who also contributed to our success as well?
Are you kidding? Those guys never talk to me. They haven't supported me in anything. They're just so selfish. Why would I give them a gift? They've got nothing to do with my success.
Okay, but what about my success? They've contributed to my life, right? Let's go buy them a gift. Or something for the kids. They didn't get anything for their birthday.
Oh my god. I cannot believe you're talking about those stupid kids again. Why do you care about them so much? They don't do anything. All they are is a hindrance. Anyway, you know what? You know the state of things right now. You know what you have to do. I want you to get that money, and I don't care how you get it. I'm not going to disrespect my father again without giving him a gift. You understand me?
Hey, I know you're out there on your photo shoot, but do you reckon you could pick up some things from the shops on your way home? I've been absolutely bogged down with work. I've been doing my best to look after the kids and get the money that you need. If you would just do that for me, it would go a long way. The time that you save me can be used towards work. And you know what that means, right? More work means more money.
You really got some nerve telling me what to do, don't you? You actually want me to go to the shops and do you a favor? Like hell I'm going to do that. I saw the amount of money you put into my account today. Don't tell me that $300 is actually going to go towards my dad's present.
Actually, that's exactly what I thought. You should be able to buy him a very nice gift with that money. $300 can get you a lot of nice things. You could buy a nice clothing item, or maybe take him on a quick little local holiday. He should be more than happy with that.
You gotta be kidding me right now. You're actually serious, aren't you? I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. This is actually the guy that I'm stuck with. This isn't nearly enough to thank my dad for all of his efforts over the years.
Okay, well, I don't really know what you want me to do, Helena. I am doing the best that I can here. I'm working and looking after the kids. I am on full throttle 24/7. There's not much more that I can do.
Excuses. You know what? I'm done. Don't talk to me. When I'm in a good mood to talk to you, I'll message you. But I don't want to hear from you.
Helena! Helena, don't you dare ignore me. I need you to message me right now. What the hell am I looking at? Don't tell me this is actually true. Why is there a $50,000 purchase on our credit card?
Oh my god. Did I not make myself clear yesterday? I told you that I don't want you talking to me until I get over the way you've made me feel lately. Are you that stupid that you don't understand a simple instruction like that? It's only been one day and you're already messaging me.
Oh, just shut up. I don't care about your feelings right now. I care about this purchase that you've just made. This actually can't be true. You did not spend this much money on one purchase. What the hell do you think you're doing buying something that's worth $50,000? Just what in the hell were you doing today?
What are you getting at me so much for? All I was doing was spending a nice day with my dad. Is that a crime or something? Are you seriously gonna sit there and tell me I can't talk with my dad now? Honestly, you're just way too controlling. You need to learn to back off. I have brothers, you know. Do you want me to get them involved? Do you really want me to get them to teach you a lesson?
Stop trying to threaten me, Helena. It's not gonna work with me. I know you've had a luxurious way of spending the money, but this has gone too far. I need to put my foot down in the sand. What the hell do you think justifies a $50,000 purchase? How do you expect us to pay something like this off?
I don't need to tell you anything. I do what I want. I'm the one that makes the decisions in this family. I decided I wanted to use the money towards that, and I don't want to hear you complain about it. So how about you get to work and get the money so that we can pay this thing off?
I don't even know what the thing is. Can you at least tell me that much?
It's the gift for my dad, of course. Didn't I tell you that I wanted to get him a good gift that thanks him for all of his hard efforts?
Okay, I understood that. But was his effort really worth $50,000? Was it worth putting us in the red for the next couple of months? It is going to take ages for us to pay this off. Like, Helena, listen to me right now. There is a high chance that I might actually pass away from having to work this much. Are you not worried about that at all?
You know what? Not really. I never really loved you in the first place. I'm really only in this marriage with you because I don't have a choice.
Right, okay, well, fair enough. I get that. Fine, what am I meant to do about it? You don't love me. I can't change that. That being said, you do rely on me for your expenses, don't you? What if I do pass away? What are you gonna do then? What are the children gonna do?
You think I don't have all of this stuff planned out? You think I haven't even thought about this before? I know what I'm doing, Sam. I prepared for that situation. Like, fine, fair enough. You pass away. Let's assume that happens. What happens next? Well, what happens next is that I have an amazing job that pays a lot of money. I'll have the money to make up for whatever money you were earning. And let's be honest, it wasn't much to begin with, especially compared to how much I'm earning. Then with the extra money that we have, I'm gonna hire babysitters. People to take care of the kids. I don't need to look after them for their whole lives. I can just leave that to someone else. It shouldn't be my job anyway. I should be focusing on my strengths.
Who are you kidding right now? What strengths? And you know what? I think it's absolutely horrible that you would actually plan something like that. You haven't had one special interaction with our kids ever since they were born. They barely know their own mom. Just think about it. Don't you think it's a little bit sad that they're being able to say every word except the word mom? That is really unusual for kids. A bond with a mother is really important.
Yeah, well, they can't be as important as having dinner at night, right? I don't care how they feel about it, as long as they're getting fed. That's the main thing. Instead of sitting there begging for my attention, they should be thanking me for going out there and working all the time. I'm going to be the reason why they can live the amazing life that we can.
Okay, look, Helena, I really need you to calm down. Let's just take a look at the facts here. I've been looking at our bank accounts, and yes, it's true. Money is coming in. Then again, I don't think it's this big paycheck like you're thinking it is. It's not like we're earning the big dollars or anything here. In fact, it's quite average. Do you really think that you should be making a $50,000 purchase when we're only earning this much money? Just think about it for me, please.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm gonna be a professional photographer. I'm gonna be well known. Of course, it's not gonna be a lot of money at the start. I need to make a name for myself. People need to see my work and get hooked on it. That type of thing is gonna take time. That doesn't mean that it's not a future that's not gonna happen.
Okay, fair enough. I'll accept that as the case. Maybe you will become very popular someday. Maybe you will get a lot of money. If that's the case, why don't we be patient and wait for that day to come? We aren't in a position to be making a massive $50,000 purchase. And you know what? You haven't even told me what the purchase was in the first place. What exactly did you buy your dad anyway?
I bought him exactly what he deserves. It's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, what was that?
A motorcycle. I bought him a damn motorcycle. Honestly, don't you know anything?
No, I know what it is. I just need you to reconfirm it because there is no way that what I'm hearing right now is true. You actually bought him an automobile that he's not even allowed to drive?
What do you mean by that?
Helena, are you stupid or something? Look at the age of that man. There's no way he's going to be driving around on that type of thing. Not only that, but he has already got a history of accidents and road rage. He's had his licenses taken off of him. Just what exactly was going through your mind when you decided to buy him that?
Well, he asked to have it, and I wanted to be a good daughter. I bought it for him without a second thought. In the grand scheme of things, it's not going to mean anything.
Could you not at least have paid for it in installments or something? Why did you have to do something like this?
Well, what's the point if we pay for it in installments? They're gonna chuck an interest rate on that. We're gonna be losing money in the end. Isn't that the thing you care about most? You're always talking about how much money you want to save. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm saving us the trouble of spending more than we actually need to.
What do you mean you're saving us the trouble of spending more than we actually need to? You have just spent $50,000, more than we actually need to, and you're gonna spit some nonsense like that at me? What do you think your dad's gonna do with a thing like that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but people already know that he's not allowed to be on the road. He's got a history. They're gonna find out it's him the moment they see him on that thing.
Well, I mean, come on. Maybe he's gonna use it for other things. Maybe just by having that thing there, it's gonna remind him of the good old days. That's probably something really important for someone at his age. Not that you would understand. You would never try and think of things from his perspective.
So what you're telling me is that you made a $50,000 purchase so that he could be reminded of what it was like when he was younger? Why doesn't he just go to the damn store and just look at the thing himself? Does he really need it to sit in his garage every day to look at it?
I don't like the way you're talking right now, Sam. If that's what he needs to be happy with his life, then so be it. I'm not gonna sit here and judge him. The fact of the matter is that I owe him a gift. I'm just doing my job as a good daughter.
Fine, okay, I see how it is. So you're gonna jeopardize our family so that you can be a good daughter? That is fantastic. Why don't we just give you the Daughter of the Year prize while we also give you the piece of crap Mom of the Year prize?
Don't you dare say that to me. Didn't I just tell you that I'm earning money for the family? Stop sitting there and judging me. Anyway, you know what? I'm sick of this. I was in a really good mood because I got my dad a good present and he was happy for it. I don't want to listen to your negativity all day. Go have a cry on your own, Sam. But make sure you get my dinner prepared first. I don't want to have your disgusting, pathetic tears in my soup.
Hey, you and I need to have a talk.
A talk about what? Can't you tell that I'm busy? If you're gonna sit there and complain about my spending habits, then you can just go away. I don't have time for you to be putting me into a bad mood. I have to work.
You know what? Fine, I get that. But there's something I need you to realize. Fair enough, you bought your father a gift and we can't do anything about it. We're just gonna have to earn the money for it. I just want to let you know that it's my dad's birthday coming up. Do you reckon you can come? We're gonna have a dinner together.
Fine. I don't particularly like the guy, but I guess I'm your wife, aren't I? I have to go at the end of the day.
That's good. Well, I was thinking because it's his birthday, we need to get him a good gift. That guy has done a lot for our family. I was reluctant to do so, but we've even had to borrow money from him. We owe him a lot. I think that we need to get him a gift that shows how much we appreciate that.
Yeah, well, make sure you get it within our own means. Let me remind you that our bank account balance isn't looking too good at the moment. I don't want you getting overexcited over a gift for your own dad.
Well, that's really grand coming from someone like you, isn't it? We only just spent $50,000 on a bike that your old dad can't use. You're actually gonna sit there and put a restriction on what I can get my dad?
Well, hey, take a look at the situation. We don't exactly have a lot of money, do we? You don't have any choice but to get him something cheap. If he's a true father that actually supports what you're doing, I'm sure he would understand that.
Wow, you certainly weren't thinking that way about your own father. Now that we're talking about my parents, all of a sudden, there's a shift in mood. All of a sudden, you don't believe in gratitude.
Yeah, well, how about you just bite me, Sam? Start being a better husband, and I might listen to all the crap that you have to say.
Hey, how are you? Your mother and I have already arrived at the venue. We've been waiting for about half an hour now. Are you and your wife actually coming? We're starting to get a bit worried about you. Hey, Dad, sorry about that. We're just getting held up a bit. You know how we've been lately, right? We've been super busy. Okay, well, what exactly is the issue? It's not good to let your parents wait, especially after you haven't seen us in so long. We want to know what's been going on there. We're curious about what happened since we gave you money that time. You really made us worried. I know, Dad, I know. I understand how it must feel from your perspective. I am doing my best here. Trust me, it's not easy being a dad and working at the same time. You're still doing that type of thing, are you? Honestly, you gotta learn to give yourself a break. You're in a marriage right now. You should be working with your wife, figuring out a way to put income into the family and making sure you guys don't burn out at the same time. Speaking of your wife, where is she at the moment? Well, that's just the thing. I'm quite eager to leave here. I've been ready for a while now, but I have no idea where she is. I've been waiting for her for a long time. Well, that's not a good sign. I need you to use your head. What if something actually happened to her? Don't forget, that's the mother of your children right there. What are you gonna do without her? She could be in a car accident or something right now. I suggest you contact her. Okay, Dad, fine, I will. I am sorry for the inconvenience. I'll make it up to you tonight. I promise you, we'll have a really great meal. Okay, I don't know exactly what you're doing right now, but I need you to stop and get home straight away. This is dragging on far too long. You know you're actually making my dad worried about what's going on. He doesn't need any of that. The moment he starts getting worried, he's gonna get involved, and that's not what I want. I'm trying to make sure that him and my mom can actually retire. So where are you right now? What's your excuse for not coming here?
What are you talking about? Why would I need to go home?
Are you serious right now? Don't try and pretend that you forgot what we have on tonight. I really don't have time for this.
No, look, I honestly don't understand what the urgency is. Do I really need to go there? I'd rather not, to be honest.
Okay, and why would you not want to come here? Don't you realize that we have a dinner with my parents? In fact, we were supposed to be there about an hour ago.
Oh my god, that is just like so funny. That's right, I forgot about that insignificant little dinner.
Okay, well, that little insignificant dinner is something that we've been planning for weeks now. I told you how important it was to me. In the same way that I respected the fact that your dad supported your dreams, these ones supported mine. So can you show them the proper courtesy and just come to the thing tonight?
Well, look. Number one, I've already forgotten about it. And number two, I'm with my dad at the moment.
Okay, well, you can hang out with your dad any other time of the week. Why do you need to hang out with him now?
Well, he said he was lonely and he wanted to have dinner with me. What am I meant to do? Just be a mean daughter and say no to him?
But clearly you can, because you have plans already, right? Come on, Helena. I really need you to get it together. I feel like I'm talking to a child right now.
But it's just such a drag. I mean, I don't even like your parents in the first place.
What have my parents ever done to irk you? They've been nothing but nice to you, right? They don't deserve this type of treatment. I really think it's disrespectful for you not to come tonight, especially after they paid for our rent all those months ago.
Oh my god. I'm telling you that I don't want to go, right? When is that gonna get through your head? Just leave me alone. I'm gonna go back to my dinner with Dad. The dessert just came out, and it just looks so good. I can't wait to chow down.
Hi, son. I just want to say thank you for the beautiful dinner tonight. It was really good to see you after all this time. I can see that you're becoming the man that I've always wanted you to be. It's unfortunate that your wife couldn't come tonight. It seems that she really takes that photography job quite seriously. I mean, to be working at this hour of the night on her own dream. I'm really glad that you married someone like her, someone that's focused on what she needs to do. I'm pretty sure you and her are gonna have a fantastic family in the near future. Oh, thanks, Dad. It's always great to have your support. I don't know if you realize this, but I am always trying to live up to your expectations. I'm always trying to make sure that I have a family as great as the one that you made for us. I've got some beautiful twins right now, and it's thanks to your influence that I've been able to raise them quite well. Look, Dad, at the moment, I'm just being whatever I need to be. Maybe I do need a rest, but I'm worried about the consequences of me having that rest. I mean, will my children go without food? There's no way that I could do that. It's gonna weigh on my conscience, and I'm not even gonna get the rest that I need. Sounds like the burdens of being a father are really starting to take their toll on you. Let me ask you this, how's things with the wife? How is Helena holding up? She's also working, right? Are you two working as a team? Well, I have to be honest, lately it just feels like we're working against each other. She has a particular direction for the family, and I have a particular direction too. She has a lot of faith in her dream. She really thinks that she's going to become a good photographer. That's a really cool quality right there. I am telling you, there's not a lot of people that have any direction in their life. You should be grateful that she has one. People without direction tend to get in the way of yours. It's a blessing that you have that type of girl. Is it really, Dad? I mean, look, it's great that she loves her photography and everything, but I've got to say, I don't have much faith in her. Well, what do you mean? She's your wife, isn't she? She should be the one that you have faith in the most. I get that, I really do. She's doing something very unique. Not many people want to get into photography. She's been working at her craft for a long time. She's got gadgets on top of gizmos. She's got as much equipment as she needs. There's just one thing that's missing in her work, though. It's just not up to standard. It's not something that I think people are going to enjoy. What do you mean by that? Well, I'm not really sure. For the longest time, I felt really bad for supporting her. I really don't enjoy the type of photos that she does. I'm not sure what's wrong with her. Maybe it's in the way that she edits it. Some of the photos have the brightness up so high that I might as well just look at the sun. There's a better chance that I can discern some sort of image if I do that. Other times, she just gets a really strange shot of the thing that she wants to capture. She'll either go way up too close that we can't even discern what it is, or she'll go too far, and you don't really know what the target is in general. She calls it new wave photography. She thinks that this is what the trend is right now. This is what people are going to get into. Interesting. I have to be honest, the moment she told me that a company was interested in her work, it was the most surprising thing I've ever heard in our whole marriage. I had no idea someone would actually be interested in that thing. Even though she's got work coming in from them, I can see that the paycheck is slowly but surely dwindling. It's getting worse and worse. There's no career in her doing this type of thing. Well, this is a very interesting thing for the husband to say. She's been working at this skill for a long time, and she's even got the equipment for it. Despite that, she's absolutely hopeless at it. This begs the question of why you even funded her in the first place. Well, that's a very good question, Dad. I guess I was just hopeful. It's my job to be supportive, right? It doesn't matter what my partner wants to venture into. I should support her in that. I kept going on with her delusion that she was going to get big someday. I kept telling her that her photography was fine. It could do with a little bit of work, but it was fine. I even bought her the equipment that she wanted. The years passed and she still didn't get it through her head. She was very stubborn. She thought that at some point she would absolutely hit big. It was really painful to watch week after week. I was hoping that she could finally see that it wasn't for her. If she was going to do that, I was going to hand off the equipment to my brother. He's an aspiring photographer as well. He is indeed. He's got some good material. Right? I'm telling you, I really love his work. I think he could go really far if he wanted to, especially with the equipment that we bought here. But unfortunately, things aren't going the way I want them to. Helena shows no signs of quitting, especially now that a company has shown interest in her work. It's only bolstered her confidence in her own work. I'm telling you right now, Dad, I'm in a really serious pickle. I knew something was on your mind. I can just tell. Maybe it's experience, or maybe I just know you for too long. I know when something is really troubling you. I'll tell you something right now, son. I want to help you. I want to contribute towards your marriage. What do you mean by that, Dad? Well, here's the thing. Your mother and I are thinking about throwing in the towel. We're getting a lot older now. We're not sure how long we want to keep working. We think it's about time that we actually settled down and did something that we actually enjoyed. What are you saying? You're actually gonna quit? Are you sure that's the right thing to do? You're still so young. What do you mean we're still young? Trust me, after working this long in our lives, we've had enough. We'd rather do something different with our lives, indulge in each other's company, try sexy salsa dancing with each other. With that being the case, we've decided to make a decision. Do you remember that apartment block that we own? The one that we've been earning money from?
I sure do. That was one of your first properties, right? You put a lot of heart into that.
We put a lot more than heart. We put our whole soul into that thing. We try to make that apartment the most livable and price-efficient place people could live in. We actually wanted people to be grateful and thankful that they were living in a place like that. Something that they would think about every now and then, not just an accessory to their everyday life. Because of that, that place is very successful. We earn a lot of money from it.
Okay, Dad, but where are you going with this?
Well, where do you think we're going with this? We want to retire, but we need to do something with that building. It needs to be in safe hands. And whose hands are safer than our own son?
Are you kidding me right now? You're gonna give it to me?
Of course we are. You've already proven yourself to us. You've already proven how devoted you are to your family. You've already proven that you could really do with the help.
Dad, I have no idea what to say. I can't believe this.
All you have to say is thank you. Consider it a payback for that little hat that you bought me today.
Oh, look, I'm sorry. I really wanted to get you something good. I feel sorry that that's all I could give you. I really scraped every little penny I had to buy that for you. I just want you to know that my heart was in the right place. I realize how much you've helped me over the years. You understand that, right?
Of course I do. You're my son. I've known you your whole life. I know when things are going wrong in your life. I know when you feel something but you can't express it. Or at least you don't want to express it. It's fine. I know next year you're gonna get me an amazing gift, especially now that you're in charge of your own apartment block. Anyway, you know what? It's getting late now and you should probably get some sleep. I'll send you the details of the apartment block soon.
You really are a stupid little runt, aren't you? You're actually thinking of getting a divorce with my daughter, are you? What is going on with you, Sam? Have you hit such a low point of despair that you've just decided to give up? Come on, I want to know. I want to know because only an idiot would make this type of stupid decision. There's nothing stupid about my decision at all, Cole. Your daughter is on a fast track to self-destruction, and I don't want to be on that road with her. I am paving out my own path without her. If she wants to go follow her dreams of being a photographer, she can do that on her own. I don't want anything to do with it anymore. I have got my own dreams. You think I don't know that you have dreams? Of course you would have dreams. You sit home doing that stupid job writing all day. Any loser would want to be out of that situation. But let me tell you something about you, Sam. I know what type of guy you are. You're the type that only dreams. You can't put your dreams into action. You're gonna be stuck at that computer writing articles for the rest of your life. You're gonna be earning no money from it. So let me tell you, you got a really good gig being married to my daughter. She's actually gonna be a successful photographer. She's gonna be earning a lot of money and you just threw that into the trash. Just how could a guy be that stupid? Honestly, I've never met someone like you. Do you actually think your daughter is going to be successful in her career? I've been looking at her photography for a couple of years now. No one is going to buy this stuff. No company's going to want to actually pay money for her and the work that she produces. Not only that, but let's assume that she does actually get a bit of work at the end of the day. She's just a freelancer. She might have work now, but she might not have work in a couple of months. You just never know. It's not exactly a reliable lifestyle. It's especially something that my children can't rely on. Well, I'm glad that you brought up those little runts. Is that really the type of lifestyle that you want? You really want to be separated from your own children? Everybody knows that the mother gets the children in a divorce. That's just basic common knowledge.
I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you, Cole. I've got plenty of testimonies from friends and family saying that my wife has been completely inattentive to my children. She hasn't had one positive and loving interaction with them. In fact, there have been a number of times where she's been completely indifferent and actually cruel to them. I have this on paper. I'm pretty sure that if it comes down to it, I'm gonna be the one to take the kids. Which works out in the end. Your daughter doesn't even love her own children. They're better off with me.
Yeah, right. They're better off with the guy that is gonna get kicked out of his own home and only has a meager salary writing articles. I'm sure they're gonna have an amazing life. Good luck, buddy.
Is that honestly what you think is gonna be my life from this point on, Cole? You really don't know me at all, do you? Things are gonna be a lot better from this point on, especially with your daughter's extravagant spending out of the way.
What makes you so confident? Even if my daughter is out of the picture, you still have a low wage, don't you?
That's true, I'll still be continuing the job that I have, but that's not the only income I have. Did you happen to know what my parents are involved in? What type of work they were doing?
Am I supposed to know what those crones do? Let me tell you something about myself, Sam. I don't try to find out about people that I'm not interested in. Your parents don't strike me as anything special. If they did, we'd probably be friends by this point.
Well, allow me to enlighten you then. As it happens, my parents are very famous realtors. They have properties all over the country. They're incredibly wealthy.
Yeah, right. As if I'm gonna believe that. If your parents are as wealthy as you say they are, then they would be giving you money to pay for your things. Right? They wouldn't just let you sit there and suffer with my daughter.
Well, here's the thing. I have a very special philosophy. I don't want to ride on my parents' coattails. They understood this. In fact, they instilled the idea in me. They wanted me to make it out here on my own. I 100% agree with the way of thinking, and I've been trying to do that ever since. In fact, at one time, I had to ask them for money. I felt very embarrassed. I need to pay it back to them tenfold.
Okay, fine. So your parents are wealthy, big deal. Your parents are wealthy and you don't want to use their money. It doesn't mean anything.
Well, actually, my parents decided to retire very recently. They've had a long life working. They've built up an empire and they want to run away from it. They want to live life peacefully. Because of that, they've given me my own building. The building that they've given me is one of their best. That's the place where I'm going to be getting my income. And it's also going to be the place where me and my children are going to live.
Well, would you look at that? What happened to that prideful attitude you had before? Didn't you say that you didn't want to live off your parents' coattails?
Well, that's just the thing. I've proven myself to them. They know how hard I've been working and how loyal I've been to my family and wife. They think that I've worked hard enough to be rewarded with this type of thing. And in all honesty, I think it's a good decision. I don't feel ashamed at all to take that building off their hands. I consider it my dad's way of saying that he's proud of me.
You really think you're better off without my daughter, don't you? Well, go on then. Go live in your stupid little apartment. You might be able to have a mediocre life there with your children. But I'm telling you right now, when you start seeing my daughter on every magazine, you're gonna regret having a divorce with her. I can guarantee you that much.
We'll see about that, Cole. There's a higher chance that I'll see your daughter homeless. Helena signed off on the divorce papers in a very arrogant manner. She acted as if she were the one winning in this situation. She was really happy to be free of me and her children. She honestly thought that her photography was progressing well. Unfortunately for her, she didn't realize how much I actually contributed to her expenses. On her own, she didn't have nearly enough money to pay for the rent. Before long, she had to leave and was evicted from the home. From that point on, she started living with her father. The company that hired her for a short period was quickly turned off by her work, and whatever stress she had from that, she put on to her father. For someone who supported her for her whole life, he now absolutely hates having to talk to her. She blames him for her mistakes because he can't pay for the equipment that she needs to be successful. It amazes me that even in her current situation, she still doesn't realize that maybe her calling isn't in photography. As for me, I was expecting the first couple of months to be really difficult, just raising the kids on my own, but they were actually quite smooth. My parents, being retired and whatnot, wanted to be more involved in my children's lives. By interacting with my children, my parents start to feel that they're young again. They started to absorb the energy that my children have. I still have a fatherly role in my children's lives, but now I get to spend more time working on my articles. Because of that, the quality of my articles has increased dramatically, and I've gained more and more interest from my readers. On top of that, I still earn a lot of income from the apartment building itself. So financially, my children and I are going to be safe for a very long time. We've been living this type of lifestyle for a very long time, and I was earning a lot of surplus money. I decided that I wanted to get out there on the dating market, and I actually found someone exactly like me. A woman who has twins and has been raising them on her own. I figured that because we have a very similar situation, we would get along very well. Now that I have someone with me and that we love each other, my family has never been stronger. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video.